Afraca. Our journey begins in 1977 when Afraca, alongside similar institutions, were established across the globe as lead advocates and coordinators of rural and agricultural finance in their respective regions. Afraca has been in the forefront of agricultural finance inclusion campaign in the continent for 4 decades. This did not happen overnight. From humble beginnings, this is the story of growth from strength to strength by early pioneers whose innovations after innovations led to the creation of Afraca. From 1977, during its early years of inception, Afraca was based in Accra, Ghana. The secretariat was later moved to Nairobi, Kenya, where it was registered under the NGOs Coordination Act in 1981 and received diplomatic status from the government of Kenya in 2003. Afraca is a regional association of sub-Saharan financial and non-financial institutions involved in promoting rural and agricultural finance. Afraca's vision is to realize a rural Africa where people have access to sustainable financial services for economic development. Our mission is to improve the rural and agricultural finance environment through the promotion of appropriate policy framework and to support member institutions to provide sustainable quality financial services mainly to the bottom of the pyramid communities.
Afraca over the years has made a significant inroad and impact in improving access to finance through member institutions by sharing competencies among member institutions within the African continent.
One of Afraca's strengths is the diversity and experience of its members. Afraca is a one-stop heterogeneous network of over 110 members spread across the African continent. Membership is open and consists but not limited to the following categories of institutions: central banks and central bank similar institutions, agricultural and development banks, commercial banks, microfinance institutions, apex organizations such as microfinance networks and SACCOs, universities, training institutions and research institutions, insurance organizations, ministries and ministerial agencies dealing in poverty reduction with focus on rural and agricultural development.
Solutions in each country are not unique to that country, and that has been the reason why we feel our understanding African perspectives, particularly in agricultural value chain development, has been enhanced by our membership in Afraca.
Afraca's governance. The governance processes are embedded in the association's constitution. The following are the governance organs of Afraca: the General Assembly, made up of all member institutions; the Executive Committee, elected biannually at General Assembly; the Secretariat, which manages the day-to-day activities of the association. Afraca operations and activities are currently hinged on the following 5 strategic pillars that include: 1. Policy development and advocacy. This component is aimed at integration, coordination, and strengthening rural and agricultural finance policy and regulation in Africa. Afraca works actively with a diverse range of policymakers and influencers in the rural and agri-finance space.
And if you want to effect a change, the change should come from the top. That is why our major and prime objective is policy and advocacy.
2. Capacity building. Of its 5 traditional pillars of activities, capacity building is arguably the simple most important. It is the main purpose for which Afraca was established 40 years ago and almost certainly is the most widely known and appreciated. Capacity building programs include peer-to-peer learning, exchange programs, workshops and conferences, and specialized training programs aimed at enhancing the capacity of financial services providers, thus ultimately improving access to financial services to rural and